This is HeKnowsHisSport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Teofimo Lopez got exposed, folks. I don't care what anybody tell me. I got a bunch of heavyweights in the boxing world that agree with me. Lomachenko, what'd he say? If that boy fights me, I will make him quit in the middle rounds. Richard Comey, he agrees with me because he's chopping at the bits. He's like, man, if Masayoshi Nakatani could land those rights on him, imagine me. I'm the right specialist. This is why I keep telling folks, man. Like Meek Mill say, there's levels to this stuff, man. And Teofimo Lopez showed me he wasn't on the levels. I was the only person on YouTube that gave this boy his truest and most properest levels in terms of what he brings to the table from a boxing standpoint. Nobody was trying to hear me until it's already too late. Now look at everybody making videos about what's Teofimo Lopez exposed. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez ain't ready. He wet behind the ears. But HeKnowsHisSport was telling y'all that. See, I told y'all that's that three-dimensional thinking ability. And this is the stuff that people don't understand. It don't matter how much supposed film study you do. Film study doesn't tell you everything. You have to look at the finite details. This is why I keep telling everybody. Film study is a great indicator, and it's one of the most important indicators to use, but it's not the end-all be-all. You have to look at the fighter's body language as well. You have to look at the fighter's ability to keep that same energy everywhere. And I mean everywhere. It was truth telling for me when he couldn't even keep that same energy with his own peer in his class in Devin Haney. Then you have to look at the people that's around him. See, these are all the finite details, folks. I'm trying to educate y'all. Man, get the notepad out and get to the damn scribbling. Because when I'm educating on boxing, y'all just got to listen. You got to look at the people that's around them. Because all great fighters tell you, I have a great team. Floyd Mayweather has mentioned that. Andre Ward has mentioned that. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. You have to have a great team around you. You can't be having people that's overrating you and that's putting you on the mountain when you haven't done the work to get to the mountain. Let me say that again. You can't have people around you that is putting you on a mountain when you haven't done the work to get to the mountain, folks. It's really that simple. And Teofimo Lopez's dad is constantly failing his son in that regard. Then you got Bob Arum, legendary promoter. Say what you want about the man. He's controversial as you don't know what. But the man has been around greatness. He knows what greatness looks like. And he said, Teofimo Lopez, that boy got a lot to learn. I told y'all he got a lot to learn. Look at everybody. Timothy Bradley. You can say what you want about Timothy, not headed ass Bradley. But he said the boy got exposed, man. He ain't ready for no damn Loma. He ain't ready for no damn Richard Comey. Go listen to all of these fighters, man. Gary Russell Jr.'s brother, Gary Antoine Russell, said Teofimo Lopez took punishment that he wasn't supposed to take. Come on, folks. How many people have to come out and side with HeKnowsHisSport? And these are folks that know what they're talking about. Andre Ward said to Teofimo Lopez the other day, he challenged him. He said, knockouts is not going to be what takes you to the next level. What else is there besides knockout ability? I told you guys this guy has bad deficiencies, but nobody wasn't listening because they were too busy being on their Teofimo Lopez fanboy nonsense and Teofimo Lopez fanboy rhetoric to understand the magnitudes and the full weight of what I say. Folks don't understand, man. My brain ability to think, my brain pattern, my thinking ability, it's not on you guys' levels, man. That shit is higher. And the more you guys come to the conclusion and understanding of that, the better you will be. Because this is where you need to get your YouTube boxing gospel, man. From HeKnowsHisSport, dog. Because when I'm preaching and I'm teaching, I'm bringing that what? That heat and that fire. And I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. And I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks of these Ruby Poo and these Plum Plum Break ultra fanboys. Because guess what? We ain't got time for the ultra fanboy rhetoric, folks. I take that thing and kick that thing out the door. Folks will say what they want. But when you listen to me enough, you understand, damn, this man always stayed in the most commonest sense and stayed in the most obvious. Say what you want. But I know my shit when it comes to the sport of boxing. And I saw a kid that was wet behind his ears. I saw a kid that was using a shoulder roll mentality. I saw a kid that was trying to act like he was Roy Jones Jr. That was trying to act like he was Sergio Martinez. And I told you guys, I warned you guys, that shit ain't gonna ride. See, people need to understand something about the shoulder roll. Mayweather don't use that off rip. Let me say that again. Mayweather does not use the shoulder roller off rip. He established everything with his jab. Then once Mayweather picks your ass apart and he figures you out, and then he goes into the close quarter, then he put that shoulder out there and he get into the shoulder roll stance. See, these young fighters, the Andre Bertos of the world when he was younger, Adrian Broner when he was younger, and now Teofimo Lopez, they go to the shoulder roller off rip. So when they're in that Philly shell, aka shoulder roll off rip, you know what I'm saying, that was invented by Dell and company, right? They sit there and expose their hands because the shoulder roll is not supposed to be exposed. I'm teaching, man, and I'm preaching right now. When you do that, you make the fighter already know what you're going to do. The shoulder roll is supposed to be a disguising defense, but it's supposed to start and be implemented with the jab setting it up and then leading into the damn shoulder roll. This is why I knew this kid had deficiencies, because he was copying other legends before him instead of developing his own style. Teofimo Lopez does not have his own style. And then he does this stupid thing when he, when he's going for the knockout, he puts his head out there. Boy, if you put your head out there, guess what? You got your fucking chin. Hey, that shit is there to be punched, folks. That's what Masayoshi Nakatani did. Every time he got hit with the right. I was trying to tell people that. His head foot movement and his leg foot, his head and his footwork movement wasn't there. It wasn't up to par. And that was exposed in the Edis Tatley fight. Even right before Edis Tatley got knocked out, because the reason why Edis Tatley got knocked out is because Edis Tatley did something reckless. But if he didn't do nothing reckless, he would have been doing the same thing. He would have actually been the first one to give that full exposure like Nakatani did. He would have been the first one to do it. But people didn't pay attention to that because, Teofimo got his ass out of there in 5. So they didn't pay attention to that. But that fight was the beginning of telling you that this kid was exposed. You guys have to understand, there's levels, man. As you step up to the competition, shout outs to Meek Mill, there's levels to this shit, dog. So you're going to get exposed if you have deficiencies. And you guys have to remember, he's a prospect. Last time I checked, prospects are like NBA draft picks, man. You don't know what the fuck they're going to turn out to be. But people want to sit here and overhype and overrate somebody. Then they want to get mad at me. Oh, you hating on brown people. Oh, you hating on Hispanic. Some of my best friends are Hispanic, you dumb fucks. How many times have I told you that? Some of my best boys are brown people. So what do I hate on brown people or Hispanic people? It's not that deep. Because here's the thing. There's a thin line between the truth and hate. Whew. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me rewind that, because I need this one to marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. There is a deep line. There's a thin line between the truth and hate. The truth can give you the reminiscence of it trying to be like hate, but it's not. Because in the truth, there is no hate in it. The problem with the truth is it's like a two-edged sword. It pierces you, man. You guys have to understand how it pierces people. It hurts them. And people have to come to their own realities behind the truth. This is why I love truth-telling fashion. Because it's so controversial within itself. And it's not that you're trying to be controversial. It's just you're telling the damn truth. And people can't accept the truth. Believe it or not, most people in their lives like to be lied to, man. By all kinds of shit. Fuck yeah, they do. They don't want nobody telling them the truth. So, especially in some damn sport, if they're a fanboy of somebody, they don't want to hear the truth about that. But this is what I was trying to put the Teofimo fanboys on alert on. This kid was not ready. He was wet behind his ears. And me knowing the boxing mind that I have, I saw that shit a mile away. And if folks would have listened to me, y'all wouldn't be sitting here doing this shit. See, this is the problem, and this is the dilemma I suffer. Everybody's always figuring out what I figured out way after the fact. Let me say that again. Everyone's always figuring out what I figure out way after the fact. And then they come back and say, damn, dog, he knows the sport. He did say that shit. It is what it is, man. But Teofimo Lopez, if I was you, I would cancel that fight against Richard Coleman. Your ass ain't ready. You need to go back to the drawing board and you need to figure some things out, kid. Because if you go into that fight with this performance, and everybody keeps saying you are what your last performance is, okay, you will be exposed. This is HeKnowsHisSport. Checking out.